Any problems with that one? Could I hand Dulcimer on?
Who's doing the next one?
I'm leading.
I get a little more monitor on the
Yeah.
guitar.
Oh, hold on a second. I have to go get my paper.
Yeah, just whenever you're ready.
Okay. In these hills I was born, thought I'd never roam. Times got hard and I had to go away. How I miss folks at home and feel so all alone. But in my heart I'm going back someday. How I love these Ozark hills. I close my eyes and see the valleys and the fields. Though I'm far away, you can always hear me say, Lord, I love these Ozark hills. Lord, I love these Ozark hills. Travel round town to town, wherever work was found. Sometimes we'd work so hard for little pay. It's hard to find peace of mind just to make it through each day. But in my heart I'm going back to stay. How I love these Ozark hills. I close my eyes and see the valleys and the fields. Though I'm far away, you can always hear me say, Lord, I love these Ozark hills. I close my eyes and see the valleys and the fields. Though I'm far away,
Today's the 26th of June, 2020, and we're glad to be joined by Brad Apple and Pam Setzer. Good afternoon, you guys.
Afternoon.
afternoon.
Great to be here.
So let's start out by talking about something that we've been discussing with everybody in these interviews, which is how have you guys been adapting to no gigs? Or should I say no live gigs?
No live gigs. Well, I started doing some live, probably about 20 minutes on my Facebook page every day. So that's helped me to keep going and doing music. So this will be, we're going to do one here shortly. It's going to be my 56th day, I think,
Wow.
to do.
And let me ask you, what was your sort of impetus to do that? What brought you to sit in front of the phone every day, in front of the computer every day? I mean, did you feel a burning desire that you had to do something? You wanted to connect with your fans? You wanted to stay in practice?
Actually, all of that, really. And when I started, some of my niece and some friends said, everybody was doing live stuff, said, you ought to do something. So when I started, I really had no idea that I'd still be doing it, and hoped I wouldn't. Hoped that we would be back, to normal. But it started, and if I would say, I got some of the sweetest notes of people who were by themselves. They say, it gets so lonesome, but you come visit me every day at 3 o'clock. So that right there made it worth it. And it was good for me to practice every day. I've sung songs and played songs that I haven't done in years.
And folks want to find that. It's on Facebook, on your Facebook page?
On my Pam Setzer musician page.
All right.
Hand me down my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Hand me down my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on a midnight train. All my sins been taken away, taken away. Well, I got drunk and I got in jail.
And I got in jail.
Well, I got drunk and I got in jail.
And I got in jail.
Well, I got drunk and I got in jail. Had no one to go my bail. All my sins been taken away, taken away. Oh, hand me down my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Yes, hand me down my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Oh, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on a midnight train. All my sins been taken away, taken away. If I had listened to what Mama said,
What Mama said.
if I had listened to what Mama
What
said,
Mama said.
if I had listened to what Mama said, I'd have been sleeping in a feather bed. All my sins been taken away, taken away. Oh, hand me down my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Yes, hand me down my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Oh, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on a midnight train. All my sins been taken away, taken away. Oh, yonder comes a man across the field.
Across the field.
Yonder comes a man across the field.
Across the field.
Oh, yonder comes a man across the field, kicking up dust like an automobile. All my sins been taken away, taken away. Oh, hand me down, my walking cane.
My walking cane.
Hand me down,
Hand me down
my walking cane.
my walking cane.
Oh, hand me down my walking cane. I'm gonna leave on a midnight train. astray. All my sins been taken away, taken away. All my sins been taken away, taken away.
I'm going away to leave you, love. I'm going away for a while. But I'll return to you, sweetheart, if I go 10,000 miles. The storms are on the ocean. The heavens may cease to be. This world may lose its motion, love, if I prove false to thee. And who will shoe your pretty little feet? And who will glove your hand? And who will kiss your rosy red lips while I'm in a far-off land? Papa will shoe my pretty little feet, and Mama will glove my hand. And you can kiss my rosy red lips when you return again. The storms are on the ocean. The heavens may cease to be. This world may lose its motion, love, if I prove false to thee. Can't you see that lonesome dove flying from pine to pine? He's mourning for his own true love, just as I mourn for mine. The storms are on the ocean. The heavens may cease to be. This world may lose its motion, love, if I prove false to thee.
Brad, what's it been like for you gig-wise, and what have you been doing with your time otherwise?
Well, with my time, Pam and I are collaborating on a new recording right now, so I'm trying to push that ahead and get ideas, and we don't have quite all of our songs ready yet for that, but trying to develop those and get them where we're happy with them to record them. And we got
Now-
about 7 songs.
Now you're doing
down
some
right now.
songwriting, or just culling some old material?
I
new
haven't
material?
done so much songwriting as of late, but there is one new song that'll be on this record that's I've had for a while. Just hadn't had a project to put it on, but it'll be on there. But yeah, I try not to push my songwriting. Sometimes I'll get a idea and it just seems to click, you know. But
They're organic, usually
Yeah.
the best ones, aren't
yeah,
they?
exactly.
How has it been getting used to not performing, and how much are you missing it? And when I say that, I mean the live component with the audience and being around, family and friends and things.
I do miss it because, like Pam was saying, in a way, that's a way to keep your chops up, so to speak, and you have to be careful not to just lay it down and not get it out, and play some and kind of keep up your ability and your chops that you have, so that's really where I have to watch, and try to stay in the groove, so to speak, and get it out and play some. But yeah, I do miss performing for people and seeing their reactions, and it's, you get used to that, and it's definitely something we miss. I ain't got no home. I ain't got nobody to call home my own. But I'm satisfied, I got nothing to do but bum for a dime for some Red Mountain wine. Some people see me, some people don't. And some women love me, some women won't. But I'm satisfied, I got nothing to do but bum for a dime for some Red Mountain wine. I got a house in Carolina, a barn in Tennessee, a boxcar in Virginia, and a jail in Waikiki. But I'm satisfied, I got nothing to do but bum for a dime for some Red Mountain wine. I got nothing to do but bum for a dime for some Red Mountain wine.
I was going to say, it's Pam, you've been sort of playing to the camera now, as you mentioned, for going on 2 months, but it's still unusual to do a performance in this setting, is it not?
It is, and at first, the first few weeks, it felt really strange. But then you kind of get used to it. And I just talked to him like they're with me, you know. And but it is different. And, one thing that I didn't mention is on Friday nights, they can also watch a live show on my music page from the meeting place. And Apple and Setzer, we're there about once a month. And at this point, we can have a few people in the audience with distancing and all that. So that's been nice to do
So
that.
there is still limited
seating at this point.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is different, thinking about what we do with Ozark Highlands Radio, and of course, we don't do a live broadcast, but there's some similarities there when you do sort of a live or a recorded performance like this without an audience. You just have to sort of take into account that folks are there and you're interacting with them in a different way.
In a different way.
Without the response, without the feedback.
Right.
And that happens a lot with radio broadcasters. You're speaking to or thinking about you're speaking to or performing for one person out there.
Right.
As opposed to just realizing, well, I'm sort of staring blankly into a camera and there's nobody over there.
Right. It's an adjustment, I think, for all musicians, but so many are doing this. I mean, they're doing, even the Grand Ole Opry, is doing a live stream hour every Saturday night.
Yeah.
And it'd be like performing here without any people, But I'm thrilled that people are doing it because I think it's helping people get through this. Many a night while you lay sleeping, dreaming of your rambler's eyes, was a poor boy broken-hearted, listening to the winds that sigh. My little darling, oh how I love you, how I love you, none can tell. In your heart you love another, little darling pal of mine. Many a day with you I've rambled, happiest hours with you I've spent. Thought I'd found your heart forever, but I find it's only lit. My little darling, oh how I love you, how I love you, none can tell. In your heart you love another, little darling pal of mine. There are just three things I ask for. That's my casket shrouding grave. When I'm gone, don't weep for me, love. Just kiss those lips that you betrayed. My little darling, oh how I love you, how I love you, none can tell. In your heart you love another, little darling pal of mine, little darling pal of mine.
Standing on the sidetrack at the south end of town, on a dry, hot, dusty August day, the steam pipe blowing down. The fireman with his long old can, all in the old valve gear, waiting for the fast mail train, the semaphore to clear. The engineer in the old high cab, his gold watch in his hand, looking at the water glass and letting down the sand, rolling out on the old main line, taking up the slack. Gone today, but so they say, tomorrow he'll be back. Oh, if I rickety rails of the weed-grown branch line. The section house is gray and white by the yard limit sign. The hoggers call the old highball, no more time to wait. Rolling down to Birmingham with a 10-car local freight. The whistle screams with a hiss of steam, the headlight gleams clear. The drivers roll on the green and gold, getting mighty near. The handing of the orders to the engine crew on time. It's the Alabama Great Southern AGS railroad line. Oh, if I could return to those boyhood days of mine, and that green light on the southern railroad line.
Let me ask both of you, what sort of challenges are you hearing from maybe some of your friends or other musicians who may not have a second job or another thing to fall back on? And how are they coping with the loss of gigs and money?
I have to say, I've been doing a little podcast too, where I've been interviewing artists, and a lot of artists I know that I've talked to, you know, they're really struggling because they've got a tour bus sitting there in a lot of cases, and they're still having to pay their payments on that and pay their insurance, and it's tough. You know, I hope they can come out through the other side of this thing and still be able to go. But
Now, Brad, I can't let you just gloss over that. So you've got a podcast. I didn't know.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
yeah, I've wanted for a long time, like some of the artists that I grew up listening to me, there wasn't a lot of information out there about them, and I think they're really important to the history of bluegrass and acoustic music in general. And so I just got the idea that maybe I could call them up and record them and ask questions and, you know, kind of get information that I've wanted to know for a long time anyway. And if I was interested in it, maybe other people are interested in it too. So
And what's it called?
it's called Acoustic Music Talk.
And it's distributed where you find podcasts, I
Yes,
presume?
it is,
For
yeah.
instance, is it on Apple?
It is on Apple, yeah. Google, Podcatcher. There's so many of them now.
Yeah.
Uh,
How long
yeah.
have you been doing it?
A couple of months. I'm kind of doing it by season. I've done what I call one season. There's 10 episodes out there so far, and I'm recording some. I'm going to start again in the fall.
And tell us about some of the guests, folks you've interviewed.
Some of the guests I've interviewed so far has been Ronnie Simpkins of Seldom Seen, a great bass player, but then you don't hear much about him. Usually when the Seldom Seen's interviewed, it's some of the more of the lead singers and stuff. And he's such a great bass player and been in a lot of great bands, Tony Rice Unit and Virginia Squires. And so he was the very first one I did. And I've interviewed Richard Bennett, a great guitar player. I played with J.D. Crowe for a long time. Mark Newton, he's another fellow that played in the Virginia Squires and a lot of great bands. Becky Buller, that was here. She's been
Yes,
here
she
at the
was.
Folk Center before. Interviewed her. And also I interviewed Russ Carson, who is, I'm sorry, not Russ. Yeah, Russ Carson, I did him too. He's the banjo player for Ricky Skaggs. And Russ Tanner, who's the great-grandson of Gid Tanner, who was founding member of the Skillet Lickers.
Oh, okay. Now,
So
did
just
you have
stuff
some
like-
relationship with those folks to start out with?
Some of them I did, like I knew Ronnie Simpkins some, and but yeah, some of them I just emailed out of the blue and told them what I was doing and said, would you be interested in talking? I think you'd be interesting to talk to, and they most of them have gotten back with me and said, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
sadly, they don't have much else to do, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
Well, and I'll say I've listened to them, and it's very interesting to learn about those people.
Acoustic music
Talk.
Okay.
And you have a Facebook page. People
I do,
can find
yeah.
it on Facebook also.
And acousticmusictalk.com.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Spun up a website.
Yeehaw! Darling, I have come to tell you, though it almost breaks my heart, but before the morning, darling, we'll be many miles apart. Don't that road look rough and rocky? Don't that sea look wide and deep? Don't my baby look the sweetest when he's in my arms asleep? Can't you hear the night birds calling far across the deep blue sea? While of others you are thinking, won't you sometimes think of me? Don't that road look rough and rocky? Don't that sea look wide and deep? Don't my baby look the sweetest when he's in my arms asleep? One more kiss before I leave you. One more kiss before we part. You have caused me lots of trouble. Darling, you have broke my heart. Don't that road look rough and rocky? Don't that sea look wide and deep? Don't my baby look the sweetest
So, Pam, let's move on. I do want to mention before we wrap things up, Committee of 100. So we've been working a lot here at the Folk Center with the committee, obviously, since the early 70s, and specifically here on a few projects during the pandemic. So we did the Cabin Fever episode with Stone Bank and asked folks to donate to Music Roots during that program. And here in these video series, Committee of 100 is also sponsoring payment for our musicians here. So if you could just sort of a quick synopsis of what the Committee of 100 does and its impact here on the music community in Mountain View.
Okay. Committee of 100, it was formed as a support group for the Ozark Folk Center, probably in about 74. It was right after the Folk Center opened. So we have provided scholarships and apprenticeships, anything really that the Folk Center, if we can help with it, we try to raise money to help. And we've been really excited to be able to help this time. And folks can donate if they want to help with the Music Roots program or something. They can actually send a donation to the Committee of 100.
And there's a Facebook page for that?
There is a Facebook, but we also have our P.O. boxes, P.O. Box 2111 and then Mountain View 72560. But all these ladies are great ladies, and they have a great love for the Ozark Folk Center.
They do, and I will sort of add on to that. You mentioned Committee of 100 supports not just the music events here at the Folk Center, but also craft scholarships,
Crafts,
the herb gardens,
yes.
all the different events that go
Right.
on here. And when I'm speaking with somebody about that or they're asking about the Committee of 100, I think it's important to say that that group that you've been involved with for so long, it supports also sort of the community as a whole, especially with the music programming, because you see firsthand what the committee's done with Music Roots program and how that helps our young kids here keep the music alive, learn instruments, but at the same time it also keeps the music and the culture flowing in the community here.
Right.
It's really important.
It is. It's a great program, and it has, I've started here on the stage, and so for a period of time, there were no young people that were learning instruments, and so now because of that program, we're seeing young people in bands and music, and so I think that is one of the things that's very dear to our hearts that we've helped with.
And really, this video series we've been doing here over the past few weeks is great evidence of that. I mean, we see the musicians like Mary Parker or
Right.
Lillian McCool,
Yes.
just to name a few off the top of my head.
Right. So many have come through that and have now are great musicians and singers and are going to carry on the tradition. And that's what is so great. And we hope that there'll be some things with crafting. My stepdad did an apprentice thing through the Committee of 100, helped with that. He learned to make white oak baskets. And then he started selling baskets. So David Matthews, we helped him get his start with an apprenticeship to learn blacksmith over here at the Folk Center. So there's so much history of what the committee has had a hand in.
I've traveled o'er this country wide, seeking fortune fair. Up and down both coastlines, I've traveled everywhere. From Portland east to Portland west and back across the line. I'm going now to the place that's best, the old hometown of mine. 8 more miles and Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles on this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back and knew it from the start. 8 more miles of Louisville, the hometown of my heart. got to be a girl somewhere that you love best of all. Now mine, she's down in Louisville, she's long and she's tall. And she's the kind that you can't find rambling through the land. I'm going back this very day to win her heart and hand. 8 more miles in Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles in this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back and knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. I can picture in my mind the place we'll call her home. A humble little hut for two we'll never want to roam. The place that's right for that love site is in those bluegrass hills, where gently flows the Ohio near a place called Louisville. 8 more miles in Louisville will come into my view. 8 more miles in this old road and I'll never more be blue. I knew someday that I'd come back and knew it from the start. 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart. Yes, 8 more miles to Louisville, the hometown of my heart.
And before we wrap up, let's just mention the other two fellas that were playing with you here
Yes.
today. So Gresham McMillan, if you've ever been to Mountain View, if you've ever been to the Folk Center, you have seen
You've
and
seen,
heard
yes.
Gresham McMillan in a band.
No doubt.
And so he doesn't really need a whole lot of introduction. He's, in fact, I think he's in 2 or 3 of the other videos
Right.
in this series. But making an appearance for the first time in this is Kai Perry. And tell me, you've had the sort of, both of you, I think, have had the opportunity to watch him from a youngster to now he's just getting ready to turn 21.
Right.
And boy, has he become a really great player.
It's been a joy to watch him because even from when he started playing with us, Brad, a few years back, how he has advanced. He's just an excellent musician, mandolin player.
He really is. And I remember he was probably, I mean, my memories go back to maybe when he was 12 or 13. It's hard to think it's been that long. And how his style has evolved over the years. You know, he has, to my ear, he has a little bit more of a flowing lyrical style as opposed to, how do I want to say, a more sort of chops or rapid fire style.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Yep. I'm trying to get him to give me some lessons. But
Well,
He's not going to let you have any of his licks, Brad.
yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing what Kai does. I know he's looking at some college options now and what he's going to do going forward, but we're really impressed to see what he's done as a musician. And, you know, there again, well, Kai may not have been necessarily a product of the music roots. What the committee does, going back to that and supporting the Folk Center, I was speaking with Scott Blake, who worked here for a number of years and performed here, and his sort of analogy is the Folk Center is kind of like the Field of Dreams or the ball field
Right.
for musicians
That's
here
a
in
good way to
Mountain
put
View.
it. Yeah.
And so supporting the committee sort of helps keep this venue alive and allows all our young musicians and our veterans.
Right. Yes. To learn an instrument or to advance in something.
That's right.
That they have a dream. Kind friends all gather round. There's something I would say that brings us together now, has helped us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside. Strangers are as family, loneliness can't hide. Give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. Been up before the sunrise just to watch the day begin. I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. Give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born of fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you are ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It will be our greatest teacher, the best friend you have made. Give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your hearts to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
So we'll be on the lookout for the next Apple and Setzer
Yes.
album. I'm assuming you're going to do that up at John Rainey's.
No, actually, I'm doing
Oh,
it
no, at your place.
my
Yes.
studio.
That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So this will be, and what's your studio called? Do you have a name for it?
I call it Acoustic Spectrum.
Okay, good. All right. And you're up there in Batesville.
Yeah.
I'm so used to thinking
Right.
everybody goes to John's, but I forgot you've got a great place.
Well, I worked
He
for John
does.
for a number of years up there.
He did.
So, yeah, they got a great studio.
Yeah, definitely.
I learned a lot there, so I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I hadn't learned what I learned there. So,
And I've got a brand new dulcimer all instrumental CD
Oh, really?
that I recorded at Brad's, and then I have a new one that Tim Crouch is producing that's all
Yep.
either songs Charlie Sandage wrote or co-wrote.
Oh, I bet that's wonderful.
So yeah, so 3 projects. It's
Yeah. Wow.
exciting.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's good to hear. You guys are staying real busy.
Yes.
Pam, I know you sort of retired from your bank job not long ago, but it sounds as though you're almost as busy as you were when you were working full time.
I know. That's exactly it. Now I have time though to do things I love, and my music is one thing, and of course then helping with my grandbabies, that's my other.
Yep.
So I am busy.
It's a family affair. Well,
Family affair.
Brad, Pam, thank you so much. Continued success.
thank you, Darren.
Well, thanks for having us.
You bet. Okay.
I'll never love anybody but you, baby, baby. I'll never love anybody but you if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. I'll always be true to you, baby, baby. I'll always be true to you if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. I'll take you out every night, baby, baby. I'll take you out every night if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you. I'll never love anybody but you, baby, baby. I'll never love anybody but you if you'll be my girl. Oh, yes, believe me, it's true. Oh, yes, I'll love nobody but you.
There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, the sunny side we also may view. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. It will keep on the sunny side of life. day. Crashing hopes that we cherish so dear. Cloud and storm will in time pass away. The sun again will shine bright and clear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If we'll keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with a song of hope each day. Though the moments be cloudy or fair, let us trust in our Savior always, who keeps us everyone in His care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day. It will brighten all our way. If we'll keep on the sunny side